Detroit Lions. They went 5-11 last season, basically polar opposite of the season I thought they were going to have. They did make a big offseason move to get Matthew Stafford out of town and bring in Jared Goff, but they also lost some key receivers on their team as well. So, Tori, let me kick it to you first here. Who was their best draft pick in 2021?
Everything wants to tell me with Sewell falling to them, but that would just be the obvious pick there. I'm going to go with their third round pick though, and I'm going to murder his name. Ifidu Melifanu. Melifanu? But I did watch this kid play. So this kid has all the talent in the world. He has first round talent. He should have been gone in the second round, and there again, he lasted to the third round as well. You know, he's a big corner. He's 6'3", 213 pounds, good speed. He has great agility. He swivels his hips well. You know, he's got all the things that they look for that are the intangibles, like that are just come naturally to a guy that's a cornerback. So honestly, I think their third round pick there, and Ifidi or Ifuda, I can't say his name.
Tori, don't feel bad. Like names are like I always give people nicknames. So there's a guy on our team called Ezekiel. I had no idea his name was Ezekiel till a senior banquet this year. I've been calling him Corn for 4 years.
He's not a senior.
Either
Corn
way,
is not a senior. He's a junior.
I just found out. So Wyatt even knows him at Corn because Buck Nasty gave him the nickname Corn.
Zeke.
Just because like I don't know his name. And funny story, you know that that freaking TikTok Wyatt. They're like, "What is your name?" Right?
Tony.
Yeah, we did that all football season. But Wyatt, who was your best pick for the Detroit Lions?
Well, you know, Tori called it an obvious pick, and he's right. It is the obvious pick. Penei Sewell should not have been there at 7. He should have gone at 5 to the Bengals. And whenever we do the AFC North draft grades, they're going to suffer for it. So, you know, Penei Sewell, I think, was the best pick that they had, and I think it was by far. He is going to be an awesome offensive lineman in the league, and I think that I mean, you saw the celebration they had whenever they picked him. They were even, you know, jumping up and down and super excited and happy that they were able to pick him up. So Penei Sewell, to be there at 7 is huge for them, and for them to get him, honestly, not a Lions move. They made a good move in the draft, so I was pretty surprised, actually.
Well, on that note, they do have a brand new GM and a head coach, so the Lions move maybe is going to change here in the near future. But we also did say if your guys' pick did not go at number 3 to the 49ers, he was probably going to slide. And I believe a lot of mock drafts had him going like 12 or 16 like some. So, I mean, 9 is still pretty good here. But why? Who was the worst pick that the Lions had?
Here we go. Tori botched the name. I'm about ready to botch it. Levi Onwuzurike, defensive tackle out of Washington. Not that great of an athlete, honestly. I wasn't very impressed with the film that I watched on him. Still think he's going to be an okay player. You know, you will probably hear his name. He'll probably get in from time to time. But I would say that this Onwuzurike guy, defensive tackle out of Washington, Levi, out of the 4th round, was probably their worst pick.
Tori, what about you?
I'm going to go with their 4th round pick with Amon-Ra St. Brown out of USC. Bigger receiver, 6'1", 195 pounds. Does not run with blazing speed. Has kind of lapses. If you watch his tape, he has lapses in his concentration. There's a lot of balls that are thrown directly to him that he will drop. You know, he's one of those guys that might be, you know, I will make the amazing one-hand catch over here, and then it's right here, and it will just hit him in the face mask and fall to the ground. So there's concentration issues with him. He's not very explosive. He really doesn't have a second or third gear that you would like out of a wide receiver. If anything, he's going to be more of a possession type. But to me, that's redundant because the Lions already have that when they drafted Quintez Cephas from the Wisconsin Badgers the year before, almost the exact same kind of build as a receiver.
Yeah, so basically what you're saying is that receiver would have fit perfectly with the Philadelphia Eagles, but the Lions drafted him, so maybe the Eagles has slid over to the NFC North here. But what grade do you give the Lions in this draft, Tori?
Overall, Sewell falling to them raises them quite a bit. But overall, they're like a B. They didn't do anything great outside of the Sewell pick, but they didn't do anything like, oh my god, that was the dumbest pick ever. They addressed needs. They're a losing franchise that's trying to build. So taking every pick that you got and using them for positions that you think you might need, absolutely, just go do it. I mean, they didn't even have a fifth or a sixth round pick, so
Yeah.
they went from the fourth round. They had two fourth round picks and they had one seventh round pick. So you got to start somewhere and you got to start building your foundation somewhere. And I give them a B just because, like I said, they're building. You got to start somewhere, and this
Right.
is a good start for them.
So Wyatt, Tori gave them a B. So by process of elimination, you're going to give them a D plus, right?
Yes, yes. Actually, I'm giving him a D plus.
Are you for real?
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. I'm giving him a C. Just it was average. I mean, I wasn't impressed. I wasn't, nothing really sought out my eye, and I was like, oh, that was terrible. Nothing really sought out my eye and was like, oh, that was incredible. So I would say it was just an average draft. I was pumped for them that they got Sewell where they did. He definitely should not have been there on the board, there for him. So I mean, I'd say it was just an average draft, just to see right at an average.